everyone, and welcome back to Jesse Hecht Creative. Today we're going over some Lego brick-built Rahi beasts, Nui Jaga, Nui Rama, Terra Cava, and Muaka and Kane-Ra from BIONICLE. And special thanks to Dinks, Aporu, and Hacker Billy for the builds and instructions. Before we begin, make sure to hit that like button and smash that subscribe button. Now let's get to it. Let's take a look at the Nui Jaga. From above, the Nui Jaga looks awesome. I love how this thing is put together. So wonderfully done. I love the face. It's kind of derpy in a way. I put these studs here to make it look like he has eyes, just because I don't really want to do stickers that much on these figures. At least the teeth are done really well over here. I love that. The arms can go up and down and in and out very nicely, as can this piece that is usually a mask, a Kanohi Pakari, if you will, working nice over here for these. Going to the body, it's really nicely constructed, very well done with a little bit of teal on that. It's super cool. The legs are really nice over here too. There's 6 of them and they're all the same leg basically for this. You do get up and down movement for that. You get a bit of swivel as well for each leg too, working out really nice. I do like keeping it in a static kind of pose to look good though, at least. And for the bottom portion, there are these kind of, for me at least, I did this flimsily attached kind of pieces over here. You can just take off, put back on. They keep it afloat so this guy can scuttle around a bit without having to keep its body weight up from these legs over here. Before we get to the tail, I must say the purple Nui Jaga looks much nicer though. I think it has some more striking colors and very nice detail, at least. It's much better, I think, than the teal one. Even though that one's good, this one for me is better. I just like purple a lot. It's part of my logo too. But coming over to the front, the Nui Jaga is very intimidating and imposing. The tail is a large part of that. It has several joints, and this part actually is kind of giving it a little kickstand in a way to help it stand up, even though I have these. So I don't really know what this is over here. If anyone knows, let me know in the comments. It can go back and forth on this axis over here, and this one goes back and forward as well, really far, and you get another hinge over here, and finally one hinge over here on the front where the stinger is. And it's very nicely done, this stinger. It's a really great piece. Can't really sting that much. Things that are on its back, maybe up here, but it's going to have trouble going out in front of it over where my hand is, so just be careful with that when building this. I gotta say, it looks great. The purple really stands out over here for this. I like this little spike over here too. It's just so well done, this Nui Jaga. I love this so much. Really cool. The Nui Jaga is about 5 inches long or so, and then from tip to tail, I would guess it's around maybe 4.5, 5 inches-ish, depending on where you're looking at on my screen versus real life. And all the way down, I have to say it's maybe about 9 inches long. And here is the purple Nui Jaga next to Takua and Pohatu, all brick built, looking really nice. I do think, however, that this Nui Jaga is quite small compared to the Toa, but definitely be a threat to the Matoran. Next up are the Nui Rama. From the top, once again, the Nui Rama look really awesome. I love how these things are done. This is so great. The face is awesome too. Those 3 teeth just shining over there, looking awesome. You have these masks over here for their eyes, looking great. This one needs a little pushing in a bit, maybe. I don't know. It does look nice though. We do have some cool claws that each of them have. They can move and rotate in a little bit, as well as getting some ball swivel action for this hand and some hinge action for this arm, going up all the way over here and down all the way over there. With some swivel action over here and up and down, and getting some scary poses over here. You also have the wings that are really neat. They can swivel and then hinge up and down and move sideways and all the way around, looking really nice for both of them. I like keeping them in this state, and they look really cool. The body's done really nicely, and it's just super awesome. But yeah, Nui Rama, green one, out to get ya. From the front, the orange Nui Rama looks really nice. This sort of proboscis-like kind of needle sort of sucker thing over here is really neat, very mosquito-like, and super awesome. We've already went over most of this with the other figure, so I want to focus on the back. I really love how this looks. It's really great. The old Nui Rama figure, stand aside, you could take the tail and hold it in your hand, and then there's a trigger over here usually that would make these move, but this doesn't have that function. But at least this is large enough for me to hold very nicely, and the tail is really well shaped on this over here. Very nicely done. I love the shaping of all these. They're so great. I love how this whole thing works. Putting the stand back, it's very nice. I do have a bar in here to keep this intact so it doesn't fall apart on me, and a little sort of shadowing down here as a base. And overall, some of the best sets in 2001 and some of the best mocks in 2024. So great. The height of the Nui Rama is about, I would say, 5 inches tall or so, and from tip to tail around, I would say maybe 5 inches as well, maybe 5.5 if you're fudging it a little bit, but from wingtip to wingtip, I gotta say, is around 7 inches long or so. Kind of a beefy boy. And here is Jala and Liwa next to the orange Nui Rama, looking awesome together. Jala famously fought against Nui Rama in a large battle on Mata Nui, at least in the 2001 storyline. I believe Liwa would come in contact with these flying foes while in the jungle, and I gotta say, these look awesome. The side view is nice too. Just a big beast to fight against the Toa and Matoran. And now that we've seen these creatures, there are more monsters on the island of Mata Nui right after this. Hello everyone, and thank you so much for watching so far. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also click the bell icon for more creativity. Now let's get back to it. A couple of months ago, I showed off a live build for this Terra Cava figure. I never had one as a kid, and I'm glad to have one now. This is super cool. You've already seen him, though. I've already gone over this one, so let's introduce his brother, shall we? This blue Terra Cava is striking, looks really nice, and is very awesome. I love how this thing looks. The blue is really eye-catching. The other blue is really eye-catching. It's so nice and very vibrant and wonderful. It still has the same kind of issues as the other Terra Cava, though, such as falling apart at the seams and a lot of points and not really working that well with the rolling, but if you treat it well and nicely, it'll work for you. The wheels do move, albeit kind of strangely. It's hard to really move them without risking this thing breaking in half and breaking in two. Moving these is a delicate effort, kind of, as you don't want to sort of shear it from the actual side over here a bit, and the head can move down and up a little bit. It's mostly a display piece, not really a play piece, but it just looks so nice on the shelf next to the other Rahi. This Terra Cava is wonderful, and I'm glad I thought of it. It is made out of a race car, believe it or not, and I just love how this thing looks, but this is not the entire build for this Terra Cava. There is more. Out of the leftover pieces used to make the teal Terra Cava, I had all these red pieces left over, and I thought I'd build a Kane-Ra bull. It's so awesome, looking nice. It is very out of scale, yet I love how it looks. We have the mouth over here, looking nice, the sort of eyes over here in this area, with kind of the horns over there in the back. It's very hard to shape and you have very limited pieces, but I did my best and tried all I could. I think it looks nice too and pretty neat. We do have these arms that can move over here as well, and the wheels don't move as well as they really should. They do move by hand, but not by sort of just pushing on the ground. It's a nice piece in theory, but doesn't really hold up to snuff that much. And from the blue Terra Cava, I made this Muaka cat, looking very nice. I love how this thing looks, even better so than the Kane-Ra bull. It has more stripies over here like a tiger, like it should be, at least. Looking great and super awesome. It can move like this. These can move a little bit. I like how this thing looks like one big warning sign, get away from me. It's just so nicely done. There's a little stopper in the front too to keep it from falling back or forward. You just keep it in one spot and it looks really nice. And the Kane-Ra bull stands at about just 5 inches tall-ish, maybe 4 3/4 inches or so, and from at least the arm length is around 4 inches and the body length is around 2.5 or so. Here is the Muaka next to Matoran Holly and Toa Kopaka, and they look great together. There is an awesome promo shot also of Kopaka versus a Muaka that's just super cool too. And here are 4 of them side by side, the Nui Jaga, the Nui Rama, the Terra Cava, and the Kane-Ra, looking awesome together. And here they are all together in different colors, the Nui Jaga, the Nui Rama, the Terra Cava, and the Muaka cat, looking awesome together. These are personally my favorites of the bunch. Let me know your favorites in the comments below. Overall, animals. And once again, thanks to Dinks, Aporu, and Hacker Billy for the builds and instructions. 2001 was kind of a blur for me for Bionicle, but I do remember the Rahi very fondly. The Nui Rama especially, the Nui Jaga as well. I never got the Terra Cava or the Muaka and Kane-Ra back then, but I love them now. And these builds are phenomenal. I love how they look, I love how they feel, and more importantly, it's great to be back in LEGO brick building again. Even if the things I've built aren't really the best looking, I still put a lot of heart into it. If you're a fan of LEGO, Bionicle, or just building things that are animal-like, I highly recommend these. They're all awesome. Especially the Nui Jaga and Nui Rama. They're built incredibly well. Even if the Terra Cava and Muaka and Kane-Ra aren't really up to standard, they're still pretty cool too. But make no mistake, Rahi is just animals in Matoran. So which Rahi is your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching Jesse Hecht Creative. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also visit us at jessehechtcreative.com. GreatEdmondo.com for more reviews like this one. Thank you so much for watching, and keep being creative. Stay tuned.